Brodes Media.
This hockey team, 7-3-2 in their first 12 games. They're doing it without Cootsie. They're doing it without Cam Atkinson. And with Carter Hart and the news that he was ill just about an hour or two before the game, here comes Felix, and the boys get a big-time W to smoke the St. Louis Blues. Now, say what you will about the Blues being terrible, which they are, about the Blues being on the second half of a back-to-back, and they just played the Boston Bruins, who are a scary bunch, who play the game tough, so it's gonna wear you down. But I'm not going to act as if what the Flyers did still wasn't impressive, because what are you supposed to do with a team that might not have a lot of life? Beat them the hell up. And you saw that. 5-1, this team scoring 5 goals. This was the best they looked, and it started in Ottawa. It wasn't a perfect game in Ottawa, but the style that they played at least reflected more of a sustainable style. And what I mean by that is, we've been asking the question, can they survive? As long as we would like them to survive, with Carter Hart just carrying the workload and being that dude. And while I would love to say yes, because in this sport, that's what gives you the best chance, net-minding, at times it felt strange. At times it didn't feel right. We take it, we love a W, or we love that extra point. Get that OTL? But I don't know if I can fully believe in what got you there on that given night. In Ottawa, well, you had to block shots, and you had to find ways. There was more to the eye test. Well, they followed that up with some great passing. Come on, that play where Lawton keeps the puck at the blue line. He passes it over to Sanheim. Tic-tac-toe. There's Noah Cage backdoor by the crease. That was great. And as soon as the Blues scored, there were the Flyers. Noah Cates gets the puck down low. He skates up the half wall, passes it to Nick Seeler, who throws it on net. And you get the first for the Fly guy in Sedlak. At times you're going, who the hell are some of these dudes? Here he is, putting the puck behind the netminder for that response that you were looking for. So the last we spoke, they were 5-2. They lost to Carolina. They went down 2-0. They fought back, scored 3 straight goals, but eventually fell in overtime. They got an important point against a team that's very talented, but you wondered, even though they're not the better team in that situation, could they have maybe somehow squeaked away with the 2? Then they fall in New York against the Rangers in a 1-0 overtime loss, which is just wild. Toronto didn't go so pretty. But this is where I give a lot of credit to the group, and I give a lot of credit to the people in this locker room. When you are the team that everybody mocks, when you are the team that everybody has low expectations for, and you start the season very well, but then, well, it wasn't egregious. You lose to Carolina, you lose to New York, and you lose to Toronto. Can it kind of slip from you? Is that where it could go in the other direction? Where it follows the path of what people thought about you before the first puck drop when the season began. Flyers are going to be hard to watch. They're going to be tough to watch. Not hard to play against. Not tough to play against. We thought it would be ugly. And when you lose 3 straight and you realize you don't have top talent, every time John Tortorella speaks about his team and where the goal scoring is going to be, I don't know. Wade Allison is scoring goals because of his pant legs 2 feet from the goalie. It was a beautiful sequence up by the blue line between Joel Farabee and Ivan Provorov. Great, excellent. Provorov skates towards the net. He tries to pass it back door. It's hitting all sorts of things going off Wade Allison. But that's what you're going to need. Nick Seeler's throwing pucks on net. That's what you're going to need. And it helps when the guys that do have talent, like Travis Konechny cuts across the middle and shoots back to that side and puts it off the post and in. That's great. Have the goalie move post to post and fire it to that short side. So when you get a mix of all that, this is where you are. And the coach continues to send his message. He benched Rasmus Ristolainen in Ottawa. How did he respond? He was blocking shots all over the place. Was it a phenomenal game? No. But I think he said it best post-game. He said steps in the right direction. And I think that's actually the perfect description, the perfect label for what we saw at Erasmus. I wouldn't say it was as loud as what Travis Konechny and Kevin Hayes did when they were benched for the third period against the San Jose Sharks on that Sunday that nobody really paid attention to. It wasn't that aggressive of a statement from the players, but I don't think it was a bad one by any means. Sell your body. Put it out there for the boys. Block those shots. And this team is buying in heavily. Well, you know, if you don't do it, you're not going to play. You're not going to get your ice time. But I think, too, that there's something to be said about this team having more of a relationship, more of a bond. Last year, it didn't feel that way. There was no connection. Once it started to bleed out of control, it was more about everybody for themselves.